Hello, VC. It's Eric. It's been a little while, but I'm back with a couple more recent pickups. Um, yeah, I found some vinyl and some CDs. So without further ado, where did I put them? They're right there. Okay, so compact discs. Right now, I'm kind of running across a lot of compact discs at thrift shops that pick up for $1 or $2. And sometimes they're interesting, sometimes they're not. But we're at a point now where $1 or $2 is worth it for me to check something out or to pick up something that I maybe knew about but didn't explore before. So, Eddie and the Cruisers 2 soundtrack. Now, the Eddie and the Cruisers 1 is probably best known for the song On the Dark Side by the Beaver Brown Band. This soundtrack is still John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. I have not had a chance to listen to it yet, but I found this for $1, so I picked it up. This one's for a friend, because I already have a copy of it. This is a local Detroit area rockabilly band, the Twisted Tarantulas. This is from the late 90s. I got to see them live a couple of times. Great act. There's the back of it. They do a cover of the Ace of Spades, so if you ever wanted to hear a rockabilly cover of the Ace of Spades, there you go. They have a second CD where they cover the Misfits. I want to say they do Skulls or Astro Zombies. I don't remember which. This one's for a friend, because I like the Smithereens, but I'm not a Beatles fan, so I found this at a thrift shop for like 50 cents. This is a band I saw back in the 2000s playing at, I think it was the First Avenue in Minneapolis. This is Nebula. This is on Sub Pop Records. Stoner Rocks band. This was part of that 100G rock and roll scene of the time that I was part of, on the fringes of, and so I saw that and said, yep, I'm going to grab that. Excuse me. So I found the Scissor Sisters, who I remember being a thing, and I figured I'd check it out. It's kind of like Baroque pop, indie pop. It's okay. I don't love it. I don't hate it. There's some covers on there. Comfortably Numb, evoking some other bands and some other songs. So I need to listen to that a little bit more. And then as far as CDs go, finally I found a Best of Sky. This is kind of a classical rock band. They do rock versions of classical music. They were from Australia. I've got some of their other stuff, but once again, I found this for a good price, so I figured I would pick that up. And if it's not my thing, or I have all the stuff in the collection already, I will pass this along. All right, so I did find some vinyl, and not had much chance to go through it or explore it, but it's one of those things where I've been finding some vinyl. I go sometimes to our local thrift store and I see one of the collector guys or the flipper guys going through vinyl, and they kind of pillage it, and I don't want to be around them. So I was lucky and I found a bunch of stuff. So Jimmy Cliff, Cliffhanger. This one Billy Hurst will like. And Andy and a bunch of other guys. Waylon Jennings, Heartache by the Numbers. All right. I have no defense for grabbing this. It was just cheap. Coca Juju or whatever. 80s kind of stuff. It's kind of beat up there, but I kind of wanted to listen to it and check it out. It's not a band that I listen to at all. I know I've heard Too Shy enough, but whatever. We'll give it a shot. Not a huge Beach Boy fan, but I found Beach Boys Holland, which I've never heard of. It was already in the sleeve, and it looks like it's in pretty good condition. When it comes to 60s stuff I haven't listened to, the Beach Boys are one group that I may be a little more open to checking out. I have tried Pet Sounds, but that just did not move me at all. All right, I forgot that I picked this up. Showed you the soundtrack to Eddie and the Cruisers 2. I got another copy of Eddie and the Cruisers 1, which I've already got a couple of copies of this. But good condition. This is possibly an upgrade. And it's a gold promo, as you can see there. I'm betting a lot of this stuff came from the same collection. This is from Scotty Brothers Records. It was a kind of interesting indie back in the 80s. If you look and see who was on that label, I think Weird Al was on that label. Another classic 80s soundtrack. This one on Warner Brothers / La Bamba. It says Bo Diddley. I love me some Bo Diddley, so sold. There you go. All right. I need to explore this one because I have not even tried, but I left some stuff there, but I always try to grab one or two kind of blind buys, and this was one of them. Your guess is as good as mine on how to pronounce that. but I don't know, jazz, prog, instrumental, something or other. There's enough instruments, guitar, sax, electric, flute, bass, percussion, piano. I'm thinking jazz or prog. So I need to get that one on the turntable sooner rather than later. Okay, so I am not a fan of this band at all. But this is a decent condition gold stamp promo of Steely Dan's Asia. So there you go. And let me see if I can get the label out here. There you go. So I need to clean all these records. I need to listen to a couple of them and figure out what I'm going to do as far as what I'm going to keep, what I'm possibly going to pass on to somebody else, whatever. So just quickly as a bonus, what are we at here? We're at like 6 minutes. I'm just going to save this for something else. But we are entering the Halloween season, and one of my loves has been horror punk. So horror punk is punk rock with monster movie lyrics and imagery. Think the Monster Mash was done by the Misfits. And I always want to throw a couple things out there for people that want to expand beyond the Misfits and the usual Alice Cooper, Blue Oyster Cult, which I love. But there's more than just what people know about. And there's the Cramps, and there's the Damned have a few songs that fit into the category. But a couple bands I want to highlight, and I've probably talked about a lot of these before. Groovy Ghoulies, this is the Monster Club. Forbidden Dimensions' third album, Widow's Walk. If you ever see Forbidden Dimension stuff in the discount bin or the cheap bin, pick it up. It's good stuff. Personal favorite, the Forbidden Dimension, that is. I actually dig all of this stuff. 45 Grave, Sleep in Safety. If you've ever gone and listened to the Return of the Living Dead soundtrack, and this is one of 45 Grave track is one you like, this is the era of the band with actually the original version of Party Time, and this CD actually has a copy or a bonus track of their School's Out cover. All right. Speaking of Return of the Living Dead soundtrack, a little Fun Time by the Tallboys, English Psychobilly. They were on that soundtrack as well. Not all horror related, but there's enough, and it's good stuff. I enjoy it a lot. Kind of more garagey Psychobilly. Another band that was on the Return of the Living Dead soundtrack. One of the great hardcore punk albums. If you like the Misfits hardcore stuff, you have to check out Dance With Me by TSOL. This is the earlier version than what was on the Return of the Living Dead soundtrack. And then finally, Ghoul Town with Bury Them Deep. This is mariachi Cowboys from Hell, heavy metal, country, punk rock stuff with Daniel Brereton covers. He's done covers for Rob Zombie, if that art looks familiar. So, there it is. My recommendations for some horror punk for the season. If you guys want more of that kind of stuff, let me know. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone's doing well. I'll catch you all next time.